Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed what is pole, what is polar, how to define them. The pole is nothing but a given point P. To define polar of that point with respect to a circle, that is the locus of point of intersection of tangents drawn at the extremities of chords through the given point P to the circle S equal to 0 is called polar of point P with respect to the circle. Here P is called what? Pole of that line. We mean polar with respect to the circle S is equals to 0. In this way we can define pole, polar with respect to the circle. Pole is defined for a line with respect to the circle. Polar is defined for a point with respect to the circle. Pole of circle, polar of circle, these are not meaning. So we have to define pole for a line as well as we have to define polar for a point with respect to the circle. Now, what is the equation of polar of P x1 comma y1 with respect to the circle S equal to 0? S1 equal to 0. Polar of a point P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is S1 equal to 0. It represents a straight line. And moreover, the polar is always perpendicular to the line joining of CP by taking the product of slopes is equals to -1. Again, by depending upon the position of the point, the polar sometimes behave as chord of contact, sometimes tangent, and sometimes completely outside to the circle. Suppose your point is outside of the circle, then your polar becomes chord of contact to the circle. Chord of contact of the point P with respect to the circle. Suppose your point on the circle, then the polar of P is nothing but tangent at P to the circle. That is why the equation of chord of contact of P and tangent at P and polar equations are same. That is S1 is equal to 0 for the point x1 comma y1. Suppose your point is inside of the circle, then the polar completely outside to the circle. Understand? So the point, by depending upon the position of the point, the polar may be chord of contact or tangent or completely outside to the circle. And the polar of center of circle with respect to the same circle does not exist. Does not exist. We have discussed all these things in the previous class. Now let us see what are conjugate points with respect to a circle. How to form them? What are the properties of conjugate points? What are conjugate lines? How to obtain the conjugate lines? What are the properties of conjugate lines? Let us see in this session. Understand? Conjugate points. What is the concept here? Conjugate points. 2 points P comma Q are said to be conjugate points with respect to a circle S is equals to 0 if S12 equal to 0. We mean polar of P passing through the another point Q. x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 are 2 points. These are said to be conjugate points with respect to a circle if the polar of P passing through Q. The polar of P passing through Q, then we say that the 2 points are conjugate points with respect to the circle. This is the definition of the conjugate points. See here, this is one of the point, this is the another point, these two are the 2 points, this is my circle. This is a P, this is the another point Q. These 2 points are said to be conjugate points with respect to the circle S is equals to 0 if the polar of P passing through the point Q. Here the point is outside of the circle in this figure. So what about its polar? Its polar becomes chord of contact of P with respect to the circle. So these are the tangents drawn from P to the circle. Now this is the polar of P with respect to the circle, because the point is outside of the circle. Polar coincides with what? Chord of contact. This chord of contact passing through what? Q. So in this situation, we say that the 2 points P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to the circle S is equals to 0. See here, my dear students, you take any point here itself. This is the another point Q dash, say. Now the polar of P passing through Q dash. Now P comma Q dash are also conjugate points. See here, suppose the point is here itself, Q double dash. Now the polar of P passing through the point Q double dash itself. Therefore P comma Q dash are also conjugate with respect to the same circle. Suppose if you fix the point P, you can find infinite number of points such a way that both the points forms a conjugate points with respect to the circle. So this is the definition of the conjugate points. So polar of P passing through Q, as well as you can define that polar of Q passing through P, then we say that both the points P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to the circle. So the polar of one point passing through another point, then we say that the 2 points are conjugate points with respect to the circle. Suppose the polar of P passing through Q, automatically the polar of Q must and should be passing through the point P. Let us also we prove that one. So this is the definition of the conjugate points with respect to circle. Once more, the points P comma Q are said to be conjugate points with respect to circle S is equals to 0 if the polar of P passing through the point Q. So any point on polar of P is conjugate to the given point P with respect to the same circle S is equals to 0. This is the definition of the conjugate points of a circle. Conjugate points to the circle. Similarly, the polar of Q here, point is outside also here. This becomes chord of contact. The chord of contact passing through what now? P. Therefore, polar of P passing through Q, automatically polar of Q passing through P. In this case, we say that the 2 points P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to the circle. So 2 points P comma Q are said to be conjugate points with respect to a circle S equal to 0 if polar of P passing through the point Q, passing through the point Q, or the polar of Q passing through the point P, then at the same time we say that the 2 points P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to the circle. This is the corresponding diagram to this definition. Okay. See this, the condition that the points P x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 are conjugate points with respect to the circle S equal to 0 is S12 equal to 0. Once if you have definition in geometry, you have immediately one theorem. This is the theorem like that. There are 2 points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. These are conjugate points with respect to the circle S is equals to 0. Then the condition is what I am saying, S12 equals to 0. Suppose this is the circle, this is my point P. I would like to write the polar of P. Since the point is outside of the circle, this is the chord of contact. If you take any point here itself, then these 2 points are conjugate with respect to the circle. So suppose the point is x1 comma y1 here, this is x2 comma y2. So what is the definition? Polar of P passing through Q. What is your circle equation? S is equals to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0. This is your equation of circle. Now polar of P x1 comma y1, polar of x1 comma to S equal to 0 is what now? S1 equal to 0. What is my S1 now? Xx1 plus yy1 plus g times of x plus x1 plus f times of y plus y1 plus c is equals to 0. Xx1 plus yy1 plus g times of x plus x1 plus f times of y plus y1 plus c equal to 0. This is the polar. Since your points x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2 are conjugate, therefore polar of P x1 y1 passing through what? Q x2 comma y2. Now it is passing through Q. it is passing through Q. What are the coordinates of Q? x2 comma y2 implies x2 y2 satisfies this equation. We mean x1 into x2 plus y1 into y2 plus g times of x1 plus x2. I am writing x1 y1 by x2 y2 plus f times of y1 plus y2 plus c is equals to 0. All of you know that this notation. What is the notation here? S12. S12 is equals to 0. S12 are nothing but S21. Both are same, my dear students. S12 equal to 0. So in this manner we can prove S12 equal to 0, or it is nothing but S21 equal to 0. So 2 points P x1 y1 Q x2 y2 are conjugate points with respect to circle. Immediately we obtain the condition, that is S12 is equals to 0. Okay. See this note. If the polar of P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 passing through Q, then immediately the polar of Q passing through the P with respect to the same circle S is equals to 0. Suppose the polar of P with respect to the circle S equal to 0 passing through the point Q, then immediately the polar of Q also passing through P with respect to the same circle. Polar of Q passing through P, polar of Q with respect to the same circle S equals to 0 passing through your point P. I am writing here. So polar of P passing through Q, we mean immediately polar of Q passing through P. So these are the conditions. Here how to prove this one? This is very simple for you. Polar of P passing through Q implies what you obtain here, S12 equal to 0. S12 is nothing but S21 equal to 0 or S21 equal to 0. This may be considered as polar of Q passing through P. So S21 equal to 0 means what now? x1 comma y1 lies on S2 equal to 0. We may treat it as x1 comma y1 lies on S2 equal to 0. That is, what is S2 equal to 0? Polar of x2 y2. So polar of Q x2 comma y2 passing through P x1 comma y1. Very simple. We can conclude this one. So polar of the point P with respect to the circle passing through Q, immediately polar of Q with respect to the same circle passing through P. This is the note related to that one. So what is the main condition here, dear students? S12 is equal to 0. This is symmetric about x1 y1 and x2 y2. S12 equal to 0 is nothing but S21 equals to 0. That is why we obtain the condition here. Okay. See this one. This is a very, very interesting note for you. Suppose polar of P comma Q with respect to a circle S is equal to 0 intersect at R, then polar of R is a line joining of PQ. What is given condition here? Suppose the polars of P comma Q with respect to the circle S is equals to 0 intersect at R. There exists a polar for point P. Similarly, there exists another polar for the point Q with respect to the same circle. Both the polars intersect at R. We have to show that the polar of R is nothing but line joining of PQ. Very interesting result here. This is the point P. This is the another point Q as shown in this figure. This is my circle. Okay. I would like to draw the polars of P comma Q with respect to the circle here. So I am taking the point outside to the circle. So the polar becomes what now? Chord of contact. See here, draw the tangents. This is one of the tangent. This is the another tangent drawn from P to the circle. These are the 2 points of contacts of the tangents. So the line joining of the 2 points of contacts is nothing but your chord of contact. This is your polar of point P with respect to the circle. This is the first point. I draw the polar of the point P with respect to the circle. Since P is outside of the circle, your polar is chord of contact. In the same manner, I would like to draw the polar of point Q with respect to the same circle. So this is the tangent drawn through the point Q, and this is another tangent drawn through the point Q to the same circle. These are the corresponding points of contacts. By joining these 2 points of contacts, we get the chord of contact. This is the chord of contact of point Q. Since the point is outside of the circle, that becomes what now? Polar. So these 2 polars intersect at this point. This is the point of intersection of both the polars. This is the coordinates of R. Now what is your task? The polar of R is a line joining of PQ. This is the line joining of PQ we are going to find out. So what is the point of intersection here? The point of intersection is inside of the circle. Your polar lies outside of the circle. We have to show that polar is nothing but line joining of PQ. That is your statement here. It is very, very simple to you. My dear students, see here. This is the point P. This is the point R. That is the point of intersection of polars of P comma Q with respect to the circle. S is equals to 0. Dear students, observe that polar of P passing through R or not. Here the polar of P passing through R. Polar of P passing through R. Implies polar of R passing through P by above note. Implies polar of R passing through your point P. Again, what you have? Polar of Q passing through R. Polar of Q passing through R implies polar of R passing through Q. See here, this is say result 1, this is say result 2. Read both the result at a time. Polar of R passing through P, polar of R passing through Q. So your line, polar of Q passing through R implies polar of R passing through Q. So by reading these two at a time, polar of R passing through the points P and Q. Polar of R passing through both the points P and Q. We mean polar of R passing through P and Q. We know that polar is a straight line. Suppose some line passing through 2 points, we mean the line joining of the 2 points gives the entire line. So your polar of R passing through both the points P and Q, we mean that the polar of R is nothing but line joining of PQ. Since the polar of any point with respect to the circle is a straight line. So my straight line passing through both the points P and Q, we mean what is the polar of R? Line joining of PQ. Very simple question. So there are 2 points, its polars intersect at this point, then that polar of R is nothing but line joining of PQ. Understand? This is the result, very interesting result. This is the corresponding diagram to this result. Understand? See this note. The poles of concurrent lines with respect to a circle are collinear. The line of collinearity is polar of P with respect to the circle. The poles of concurrent lines with respect to a circle are collinear. Consider a set of concurrent lines. Find the poles of those lines with respect to the circle. We say that all these points are collinear, and moreover the collection of points, we mean the forming line, is polar of P with respect to the same circle S is equals to 0. This is the result. Understand? How to show this one? Consider a circle. Consider set of concurrent lines. So these are all of my concurrent lines. You can take another one more line also. You can build up any number of lines, they are concurrent to each other. Now I am going to take one line AB. This is AB. This is the point of concurrency P say. Now AB is here. Its pole is the corresponding point of intersection of tangents at this A comma B. Suppose this is the point, say Q1. Now this is the point P here. This is the point of intersection of the set of all concurrent lines. Now the poles of concurrent lines, this is the pole of this line. That means this is the pole of this line, we mean the polar of Q1 is nothing but AB. Remember, this is the point of concurrence here. This is the line AB. Q1 is the pole of line AB. Then immediately AB is polar of that point Q1. We mean polar of Q1 passing through what? P. Polar of Q1 is what now? AB. Polar of Q1 passing through AB. Therefore, polar of P passing through Q1 with respect to the same circle. Similarly, consider the another point, another line CD. This is the line passing through P. Its pole is suppose Q2 say. That means Q2 is pole of CD, then polar of Q2 is CD. Polar of Q2 is what now? CD. Your polar of Q2 passing through P, we mean polar of P automatically passing through Q2 by the previous node. Similarly, consider EF. So its pole is say Q3. Now the Q3 is polar of the EF. Polar of Q3 passing through P, then polar of P passing through Q3. Therefore, polar of P is nothing but the line passing through Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. We mean the polar of Q is nothing but line joining of Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. So all these are poles which are collinear or not? These are all collinear, and this line of collinearity is nothing but polar of P with respect to the circle. This is the extension of the previous node. A and B are 2 points. Their polars intersect at R. Then polar of R is nothing but what? Line joining of PQ we derived. We are extending that one. So instead of 2 lines, we are taking more number of lines. That is why they are called concurrent lines. Their concurrent lines poles are in this manner. These are all collinear. The line of collinearity is nothing but polar of P with respect to the circle. This is nothing but polar of P. Polar of P with respect to the circle. So up to now we discussed what are conjugate points. Conjugate points, 2 points P comma Q are said to be conjugate points if polar of P passing through Q or polar of Q passing through P. If half of the work done, automatically the remaining work done. So polar of P passing through Q, the condition is S12 equal to 0, immediately S21 equal to 0, polar of Q passing through P. At that time we say that the 2 points are conjugate points. If you take any point on polar of P, that is conjugate to P with respect to the circle. That is the definition of the conjugate points. Next, what we have discussed, the polars of P comma Q with respect to circle intersect at R, then polar of R is nothing but line joining of PQ. If you extended that one, consider a set of concurrent lines, then the poles of these lines are collinear, and that line of collinearity is nothing but what? Polar of P with respect to the circle. Understand? See the result. Very interesting result. P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to circle S is equals to 0. With center at C and radius R, then we have to prove that PQ square is equal to CP square plus CQ square minus 2R square. That is what now? CP square plus CQ square minus 2R square. What are PQs? Conjugate points with respect to circle S is equals to 0, whose center is at C and radius is what now? R. Suppose the points are taken in this manner. P is equals to x1 comma y1, Q is equal to x2 comma y2. For my sake of convenience, I am taking circle S as x square plus y square minus r square equal to 0. Center of the circle is what now? 0 comma 0, C 0 0, radius r is r itself. Radius is what now? R. Now my LHS is what? LHS is equals to PQ square. We mean distance from P to Q whole square. We mean x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Understand, students? Yes. This is nothing but x1 square plus y1 square plus x2 square plus y2 square minus 2 times of x1 x2 plus y1 y2. Am I correct or not? Now these 2 points P comma Q are conjugate points. Immediately we have the condition. What is that? Dears, S12 is equals to 0. S12, apply S12 for these 2 points to the circle. What we get? x1 x2 plus y1 y2 minus r square equal to 0. That is r square equal to r square. x1 x2 plus y1 y2 is nothing but r square. You just replace the value of x1 x2 plus y1 y2 here itself. What is x1 square plus y1 square? Is it nothing but CP square or not? What is C? 0 0. What is P? x1 comma y1. So the distance between the CP is nothing but root of x1 square plus y1 square. It is nothing but what? CP square. So this is CP square plus this is CQ square minus 2 times of r square. See this one, very simple result. P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to circle S is equals to 0 with the center at C and radius r units. Then we have the result. What is that? PQ square, distance between the 2 points whole square is equals to distance from center to the first conjugate point whole square plus distance from same center to the another point Q whole square minus 2 times of the radius square. CP square plus CQ square minus 2R square. Okay, it is very interesting and important result to you. See this one. This is related to the above result. This is also very simple to derive this one. P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to a circle. Once if you have the conjugate points, we mean immediately polar of P passing through Q or polar of Q passing through P. Remember, my dear students, these are conjugate points with respect to a circle. S is equal to 0 such that length of tangents from P comma Q to S is equals to 0 or T1 comma T2. Length of tangent means what? Suppose point P is outside of the circle, draw tangent from P to the circle, touches at some Q, then or some R. The distance from P to R is nothing but length of tangent. Here, what are PQs? 2 conjugate points with respect to circle, and length of tangents from P comma Q to S is equals to 0 are given to you. They are T1 comma T2 respectively. Then we have to show that PQ square is equals to T1 square plus T2 square. We have to show that PQ whole square is equals to T1 square plus T2 square. PQ means what? Distance from P to Q. What are PQs? Conjugate points. What is the previous result? We have PQ square is equals to CP square plus CQ square minus 2R square. Just we have derived this one. What is C? Where C is the center of the circle. Where C is the center of the circle. Just I manipulate this right side part like CP square minus R square plus CQ square minus R square. Can I write in this manner or not? CP square minus R square plus CQ square minus R square. My dear students, go for the definition of the power of the point. What is the power of the point here? The distance from C to P whole square minus R square. Power of P is defined in this manner. The distance from center to P whole square minus R square. This is nothing but power of P plus power of Q. Power of P plus power of Q. What is the relation between power and length of tangent? Power of P is equal to length of tangent of the point P whole square. What is the length of tangent given to you? T1. What is the length of tangent of Q with respect to the same circle? T2. This is nothing but T1 whole square plus T2 square. Am I correct or not? So this is the result. PQ square is equals to T1 square plus T2 square. So P comma Q are conjugate points with respect to circle S is equals to 0, and T1 comma T2 are length of tangents drawn from P to the same circle respectively. Then PQ square is equals to T1 square plus T2 square. Understand? See this another result. This is also related to the previous result. The polars of conjugate points A comma B. Read thoroughly. The polars of conjugate points A comma B with respect to the circle S equal to 0, whose center is C, intersect at P. Intersect at P. Then PA square minus PB square is what? Polars of conjugate points A comma B with respect to the circle S equal to 0, whose center is at C is intersect at P. 2 points. Suppose this is my circle. What are the points? A comma B. This is my point A. This is the point B, say. The polars of A comma B with respect to the circle passing through another point. We mean polar of A passing through B as well as polar of B passing through A. Suppose am I correct or not? These are conjugate points or not? The polar of A passing through B as well as the polar of B passing through A intersect at what? Intersect at P. Polars of conjugate points A comma B with respect to the circle S equal to 0, whose center at C is intersected this point P. Okay, then we have to show that PA square minus PB square is something. What is that something they are asking here? My dear students, this is what? Point A. This is what? Polar of A. Polar of A passing through P or not? Immediately polar of P passing through A. Similarly, polar of B passing through P, then polar of P passing through B. Therefore, what is polar of P? Passing through A comma B. Already we discussed it. Now my question is, the points A comma P are conjugate points or not? Because the polar of A passing through P, we mean the polar of P passing through automatically A. In this case, we say that A comma P are conjugate points. That is the interesting point here. A comma P are conjugate. A comma P are conjugate implies we have CA square PA square plus P. This is CP square. 1 minute. What is that one? These 2 points are conjugate points with respect to the circle. CA square plus CP square minus 2R square is equals to what now? AP square. by definition of the previous result. Similarly, BP square is what now? CB square plus CP square minus 2R square. Am I correct or not? A comma B are conjugate points, then AB square is equals to CA square plus CB square minus 2R square. By that definition itself, we obtain AP whole square, BP whole square. Now, AP square minus BP square or PA square minus PB square. PA square minus PB square is nothing but, by subtracting this equation from this equation, we get CA square minus CB square. 2R square gets cancelled, CP square also gets cancelled. Therefore, this is the result. PA square minus PB square is equal to CA square minus CB square. So, just applying the conjugate property, A comma P are conjugate points, as well as next condition is what? B comma P are conjugate points. B comma P are conjugate points with respect to the same circle having center at C say. Okay. CA square plus CP square minus 2R square equal to AP square. In the same manner, B comma P are conjugate points. So, C is the center, CB square plus CP square minus 2R square equal to BP square. Just subtracting one from another, we get the result as CA square minus CB square. What is C? Center of the circle. A comma B are conjugate points with respect to the circle. Understand? See here, this is the question. If the polars of points which are on the line 2x plus 3y minus 4 equal to 0 with respect to the circle x square plus y square equal to 3 are concurrent at Q, then x coordinate of Q is what? What is that? Polars of points which are on the line. Suppose this is the circle. The polars of points which are on the line 2x plus 3y minus 4 equal to 0 with respect to the circle x square plus y square equal to 3. X square plus y square equal to 3. So, the points are on this line here. What is my line? 2x plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. The corresponding polars are intersect at this point Q. You have to find out the x coordinate of Q. My dear students, here these are all concurrent lines. These are the corresponding poles. Just we discussed. The poles of concurrent lines are collinear. The line of collinearity is nothing but polar of that point. So, this line is nothing but polar of Q. Now, this line is polar of Q, then what is that Q now? Q is pole of my line L is equals to 0. Immediately, this is pole of L is equals to 0. Once if we get that third, immediately we can crack this one. Can I find the pole of the line with respect to the circle or not? What is the pole formula? Minus a square L by n comma minus a square m by n, where a is the radius of circle. That is minus a square, we mean 3, x square plus y square equal to r square form. What is L? 2 by n is minus 4, comma minus a square, that is 3 into m. What is m? 3 by minus 4. So, just they are asking x coordinate, minus minus gets cancelled, 2 times 3 by 2. This is qx. If you want entire point, this is the pole. That is nothing but 9 by 4. Here 9 by 4. 3 by 2 comma 9 by 4 is your pole. But they are asking x coordinate of that pole, that is 3 by 2. Understand? Very simple question. You have to get the third. The required point is pole of the line. This is the line. 2x plus 3y minus 4 is equals to 0. See this one. This is the question. The locus of poles of the line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 with respect to the system of circles x square plus y square is equals to lambda. lambda is variable is a straight line whose slope is what? That is the question. Very simple questions these are. Once if you have the concept thoroughly, you can play all these questions. The locus of poles of line with respect to the system of circles. Why the poles are varying? The line is unique. That is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. For a single line there exists a single pole. Why the poles they are writing? Because here the lambda is variable, that is why the circles are varying. Line is unique. This is the unique line. But the circles are varying by changing the value of lambda. By changing the lambda of value, the center is same. So the circles are concentric circles. These are all concentric circles. For this circle with respect to this line there exists one pole. For this circle there exists one pole. For this circle there exists one pole with respect to the same line. So you collect all those poles, you get some locus. That is a straight line they are saying. What is the slope of that line they are asking. Suppose for some lambda, x1 comma y1 is pole. For some lambda, we get some circle. Let P x1 comma y1 be pole of what? Ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is the equation number 1 with respect to x square plus y square minus lambda equal to 0. x1 y1 is the pole of this line. We mean this line is polar of P. Am I correct or not? One is polar of P. One is polar of P with respect to s equal to 0. But what is the original polar of x1 comma y1 with respect to the circle s equal to 0? s1 equal to 0. But polar of x1 comma y1 with respect to this type of terminology should be learned, dear students. Once if you have the concept thoroughly, you can write in this manner. Otherwise it is very difficult to you. Please listen carefully. But the polar of x1 comma y1 with respect to s equal to 0 is s1 equal to 0. What is my s1? xx1 plus yy1 minus lambda equal to 0. This is the equation number 2. This is the obtained polar, this is the given polar. So these two represents the same line. These two equations represents same line. So by comparing like coefficients, what you get? x1 by, this is the x coefficient x1 by a is equals to y1 by b is equals to some minus lambda by c. Just by equating these two, we obtain the required locus bx1 minus ay1. bx1 minus ay1 is equal to 0 by equating these two itself. This is the condition on x1 comma y1. This is the condition for x1 comma y1. For all x1 comma y1, you can write the locus of x1 comma y1. What is the locus of x1 y1? bx minus ay is equals to 0. Is it straight line or not? Yes, it is a straight line. Immediately you can find the slope of the line. What is the slope of the line? Minus x coefficient by y coefficient. So the slope m is equals to minus b by minus a. We mean b by a. So the locus is a straight line. Its slope is b by a. See this question. Read thoroughly and carefully. Tangents TP and TQ are drawn from a point T to the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. We mean pair of tangents are drawn from T to the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. The points of contacts are P comma Q. That is the meaning up to now. If the point T lies on the line Px plus Qy is equals to R, then the locus of center of circumcircle of the triangle is what? That is the question. The locus of center of circumcircle of the triangle formed by the three lines. That is TP, TQ and that line joining of PQ. Triangle, what is that? TPQ. This is the question. I would like to draw the figure by reading the sentence by sentence. tangents TP and TQ are drawn from the point T to the circle x square plus y square is equals to a square. See here, this is the circle. This is the center of the circle as shown in this figure. This is my point. Now, this is the T. This lies on what? Px plus Qy is equals to R. That point Px plus Qy is equals to R. Now, these are the tangents drawn from T to the circle. These two tangents touches the circle at what? P comma Q. This is the point of contact P. This is the another point of contact Q as shown in this figure. Now, this is the chord of contact of P with respect to the point, with respect to the circle for what? T. Now, we have to find out the locus of circumcenter of the triangle. What is the triangle? TPQ. We are missing here. The triangle is TPQ. Why these triangles are varying? The point is T here. This is not my fixed point. It is varying on this line. It is varying on the line. If the position of the point is changed from here to here, the tangent's position will be changed. Their corresponding point of contacts are changed. Just I would like to show one more thing. This is the one of the tangent. This is the another tangent. These are the points of contacts. In this manner, there exists polar. So, there exists a triangle, another triangle, P dash, Q dash say. So, this is a T dash sum. So, the triangle is varying. Once if the triangle is varying, its circumcircle is varying, corresponding center should be changed. So, you collect all those centers, we get some locus. That is you are going to find out here. Understand? So, this is the chord of contact of T with respect to the circle. Actually, this is your polar. Since the point is outside of the circle, that becomes chord of contact. Now, this is the triangle TPQ. This is varying by varying of the T on this line. So, we have a circumcircle of TPQ. This is the circumcircle of the triangle TPQ. We have to find out the circumcenter of the triangle, locus of circumcenter of this triangle. Understand? How to crack this one? We know that just by joining the center to that point T, this is the line joining of CP. We know that the angle is 90 degrees because angle in semicircle is what now? 90 degrees. With that help of that property, the circle must and should be passing through the center of the circle. First of all, you join CTP. This is the corresponding tangent. Angle between them is always 90 degrees. Angle in semicircle is what now? 90 degrees. Therefore, CT is diameter of the circle. T is variable point. Remember. So, at this time, the midpoint of TC is the center of the circumcircle. Center of this circumcircle, TCQ. So, this is midpoint. What is my point? Say, suppose this is the locus point. Suppose it is say x1 comma y1. This is the center of the circle. What is the center of the circle here? 0 comma 0. Center of the circle is 0 comma 0. This is my point x1 comma y1. Can I find T or not? Because this is the midpoint. Therefore, this is nothing but 2x1 minus 0. That is 2x1 comma 2y1. This point lies on what? My line. That is Px plus Qy is equals to R. So, just to substitute here. P into 2x1 plus Q times of 2y1 is equal to R implies Px plus Qy is equal to R by 2. This is the required locus of circumcenter of the triangle TPQ. So, by writing x1 y1 by x comma y, we get the required locus. It is also a straight line, that is Px plus Qy is equals to R by 2. So, why the triangles are varying? By changing the position of T on this line, we obtain the different triangles. For those triangles, you have different circumcircles. You have to collect all their centers. You get some locus. That is here Px plus Qy is equals to R by 2. It is a straight line. Okay. Okay, we will see in the next class.